Hey, what is up peeps, welcome back to this new tutorial. So now we're going to be learning how can we create or design this template over here, this custom template. So this is a part of a tutorial series on how to create an e-commerce plugin to sell products online. So far we learned how to create custom post type like this one, and how to create custom fields like this one. We set the pricing over here, and also over here we're going to be creating this template over here, and we're going to be making it dynamic. And by dynamic I mean anything you see over here is going to be changed from our template over here. So let's get back over here and do some change. For example, this price, let's make it 499.95, and let's do an update over here, and it's gonna be updated automatically. Check this out, this price. So we're gonna be making it dynamic, but first we're gonna be designing it. Okay, so if you are interested, join me and let's get down to it. Okay, so let's get to work. I'm keeping this reference over here to work on it. It's just an image. Okay, so what do we got over here? First we have this navigation bar. You can see that we have 4 elements. We can start first by creating a div over here inside the body. So as you can see, this is our template. So I'm gonna start by just creating 4 paragraphs, be like this, because this one is not the navigation bar. We're gonna be having another navigation bar on the top. This is just for the different types of products: headphones, earphones, speakers, or all products. Okay, so what I'd like to do over here, what's the first one is headphones. We can also make this one dynamic later on, but for now let's just fill the gaps. Okay, we have over here the earphones on the top. Let's make all products, and for the last one, what we got? Speakers. Let's just delete this one. Okay, so this is our template. Let's do a check right now. I'm going to be creating a new product over here. So this is our custom post type. I did a change previously. You can see that tutorial down below on how to create these custom post types. Let's start with cars. Now I'm changing it to all type of products. So over here, let's set it to headsets like this one. Okay, and for the price, let's set it, for example, to 299. Over here for the description, let's use some lorem ipsum text. Okay, so let's just copy that and let's paste it over here. Alright, so we got this. We got the price here. Let's add that 0.95 to make the price looks good. Also for the thumbnail, which is really important, I'm going to be choosing this headset over here. And it's a PNG file, and it doesn't have any background. It has that alpha channel background. So let's set it as a thumbnail over here, and let's do publish. Okay, so let's view over here. It's going to be empty. All we have is what we got over here, which is these 4 paragraphs. Okay, so over here we can do the following. I can show you some example over here on how to make it dynamic. Just quick. Let's make it quick over here just to show you that. So let's add a PHP tag over here down below, and let's, for example, echo get the title. It's straightforward. So it's gonna be printing the title of our post, which is headsets. You can change it to 165, and let's do refresh over here. You can see it over here, so it's working. So as you can see, these are put in one row, not one on top of another. So in order to do that, we need to add the flex, the display flex. So let's do that. Also, what I'd like to do right now, since we're building our template over here, I just want to include the style over here, just to see everything in one place. And after that, we're going to be immigrating our style to, where is it? The CSS custom style. For now, let's just put everything over here. So I'm going to start with the first command, CSS command. So let's call it flex. And let's make the display flex like this. Okay, so over here, let's go to the div class, and let's make it flex, the first one. All right, so let's go over here, let's do refresh. Excellent, we have it in one row, but as you can see over here, what we have some spacing in between those. So what I would like to do is to add some margin left over here, but let's do it first over here. So margin left ml, and let's make it 2 dashes. Let's make, for example, 3, and let's make it equal to margin left, and let's make it 3 rem. Okay, say save, get back over here, and let's start with this one class, because the first one, let me show you, don't want to apply anything to this side. We want to start from here. Check the first one, and this is the left side. Add 3 rem, so it's gonna make some spacing over there. Okay, so let's add the class over here, which is ml3. like this. Let's copy this one, paste it over here, and paste it over here. Okay, save, check, working perfectly. Okay, so the next thing that I would like to do is to put it in the center. So there is a lot of ways. So let's check the way that's gonna work for us. So let's, for example, make it center, and over here let's add the center class. It's gonna be text align to the center. Okay, save. Let's get back over here to refresh. It's not working, so let's use another thing. For example, let's use the justify content. Let's make it over here. Let's add it over here. Justify content center. Let's do save. So refresh over here. Perfect. Now it's working. Okay, so we got it to the center. We can also just delete this one, or we can keep it. No problem along the way. Okay, so we got this. What else? So now let's start working on this div. So I'm gonna be dividing over here this section. One section for the image, and the other section is for this text. We have the title, we have some rating over here, and we have the description, this button over here, and the price. Okay, so let's start with the two divs. I'm gonna start by creating a first big div that contains everything. So div like this, get down. So the first div is gonna be image. Let's just write something over here, image. And for the second div, let's make it description, I mean. Okay, let's do refresh. What we got it over there. So the first thing to do is to make it flex. So let's add that class over here to flex. Okay, let's do refresh. All right. Also, let's put it in the center, but I don't want to make it in the center. I just want to add some spacing over here in this side and also on the other side. So for that, what I'd like to do is to compress this one using the width. I'm gonna be showing you that. Let's do it. So call dash for example 60. In this one, let's make it width 60%. So we're gonna be making this div only 60% of the entire page. Okay, so call dash 60. All right, let's check. It's gonna keep the same, but if we change over here, if we went to the inspect element, and if we change this one, you can see that it's limited to this point, which is 60% of this one, of the page. So what we need to do is to put it in the center. For that, I'm going to be using the margin auto. So over here, auto margin. So MA, let's make it margin, not margin bottom, but just margin, and let's make it auto. Okay, let's put it over here. Let's add that MA, and I'm going to be explaining that margin auto in just a second. So basically, the margin auto is going to take the space from here. It's going to be putting it over here, and same thing for the top and bottom. So if we check over here the inspect element, so you can see that over here, that yellow parts, you can see that it's the same from here, same thing from here. All right, so also we need to apply that margin auto to the same of these. But before that, what I'd like to see, or I'd like to do over here, is to divide this one. For example, this one, let's give it 40%, and this one, let's give it 60%. Okay, so over here, let's make call, or let's add the class first. So call 40%, and this one, let's give it class call dash 60%. This one we got it, this call dash 60, but this one we don't have it in the CSS. So let's add it with, let's make it 40%. Let's close that, and let's do refresh over here. Perfect, it's working. So we got it over there. Got this one 40%, this one is 60%. Okay, let me add over here the title. So let's add the title over here. The first thing to do is to add the title. You can put it over here, and let's make a paragraph like this one. Inside that paragraph, I'm gonna be adding a PHP tag. Well, you know what? Let's keep the dynamic thing to the end. Over here, let's just make some title. What we got over here? Beast Studio. Beast Studio. Okay, save. Check. Yes, we got that. Gotta get back to the line and add the stars. For the stars, I'm gonna just search for them. So symbol, star symbol, copy paste. Yes. For example, this one. Let's just copy this one, or let's find another one. Can't copy it from here. The star. This one. Let's see if it's gonna be copied. and paste over here. Yes, it's working, we can see that. Okay, so let's get back over here and let's use another P, and let's 1 2 3 4 5. Do refresh and let's check. Let's see it over here. Yeah, it's working perfectly. We got it over here. Simply without need for any bootstrap liberation or something like that. So we're gonna be dealing with the font size and the font family in just a second. For now, just put the essentials. Over here we have some description. Let's add that description. So P, and let's put some lorem ipsum. I can't speak. Lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's paste it over here. To refresh. Excellent, we're on the right way. The last one is the price, and we got this button over here. So let's add the price. As you can see, they are on the same row. So we're going to be using the flex again, the display flex. So over here, let's add another div, because we're going to be using two stuff over here. First, it's going to be the price. So P, let's make it the US dollar, and let's add 499.95. And in the second one, let's put a button, and let's make it add to cart. Save, to refresh over here, we got it. And let's class over here, let's make it flex. Hit save. Let's see over here, now it's working. As you can see, it's messy, but so now let's start working on the design. But also over here, I would like to include my image. For the image, yes, we're going to be using again that dynamic. Yes, let's just keep the dynamic stuff to the end. So let's start working on the fonts. Let's correct the fonts first. So this one is big. Let's make it 2.5 or even 5. Let's see that. Okay, so get back over here. Where is our title over here? Class, let's make it font size. Well, let's just give it a title. Title over here, and let's title font size, let's make it 5 rem. Let's do refresh. I think that's too much. I think yes, something like just 3.5. Also for the color over here, so color, let's make it what do we got? Basically we're applying that background, so let's just make it white smoke for now, and we're gonna be adding that background in just a second. Oops, not this one. I do refresh your page. Okay, yes, it's hard to see it. Also we can add the background color over here for the body. Where is our body? This one over here. Let's add a class, or actually we can do it like this. Just body, add body like this, and background color, let's make it red just for testing. Let's see, perfect. So now everything is working. Okay, so what do we got next? Or I think it's time to put our image over here so that we can have a clear idea of what we're doing. So over here, I'm gonna just get back and remove this image, get down over here. Let's bring an image like this. And for the source, we're gonna be using a dynamic source. So PHP tag, and we're gonna be writing a function that's gonna give us the thumbnail of our post, which is get the post thumbnail URL. Okay, like this. Let's close that and let's do refresh over here. Let's see if we got it. Nope, we don't have it yet. But because we need to echo this one, we need to echo this value, we need to print it. So let's check right now. Perfect, now it's working. Also, I don't like this red color. I would like to change it to our own color that we're using over here, which is this nice gradient color. So let's do that. So for the gradient, I'm writing down the function or the command. So over here, let's just write a linear gradient, and let's open that. Over here, we're not having that kind of dash, but this one, simple one. Okay, so inside the parentheses, I'm gonna start with -66 degree, and let's add a comma over here, and let's start with the first color. For example, let's make red, just an example. Let's give it 60%, and for the second one, let's give it yellow, and let's give it 80%. Okay, let's see if it's gonna be working or not. To refresh. Nope, it's not working. So over here, let's just remove this color, keep just the background. So refresh. Perfect, it's working. So over here, let me do a change to these colors. So the first one, I'm gonna start with a hashtag 2C2836, first color. And for the yellow one, we have a double F. First, let's start with this one. So the double F E D 4B. Okay, so let's hit save and let's get back over here to refresh. Perfect. So now we got it. We got it over there. But yes, let's fix. We need to fix everything else. So for the colors over here, let's get back over here and let's change this on the class. Let's make it white. Okay. Also over here for the white color, let's add it over here. So point C white, and let's make the color of it white smoke. Okay, let's close that and let's copy this C white and let's just paste it over here inside this one. Okay, let's do refresh. Now we got it over here. Oh, same thing for the price. We need to change it for the price. So class white smoke, yeah, C white. Perfect. So now let's make the adjustments to our yes. That's also what I'd like to do. Let's instead of let me try something. Got this first div, second div. Let's try to add another div that's gonna take everything over here. Let's put it on the bottom over here and just make some spacing over here. Add the class and let's make it. Let's give it this color over here. So let's make it, for example, body number 1. Let's add a point over here. Copy it, paste it over here. So I'm just removing that background from the entire body and giving it to just the div that contains these. So let's do refresh and let's see. Yes, I think it looks better right now. Just focusing on this one. We might change it later on. For now, let's just keep working. So what do we got? So as you can see, we have some spacing in between these. So let's add that. So we're going to be adding it, I think, right over here. For example, margin left 3. Let's see, it's gonna work. Nope, it's not working. What about, no, actually we need to do it to the image. To the image over here. Not the image, but the text. Yes, margin left 3. Let's check right now to make some spacing. Excellent, so now we got it. Also for these over here, I forgot about them. So let's change their color over here. Let's add that C white, color white. Let's check. Perfect. Also, what I'd like to do is to change the font size. So we can go over here and just remove these. Gonna be searching for the quick sand font, Google Fonts. I like this font over here. If you want to change them, you can go to the fonts over here. Use the same Google Fonts. Oops. Yes, like this, and you can pick anything. For me, I'm gonna be choosing the quicksand, this one over here, and for example, let's choose this light 300. So select this style, and I'm gonna be just copying this link first. You can see that link, the style sheet link. Copy it and let's paste it on the top of our header over here, right? And next, we need to identify that font size inside our CSS. So over here, I'm gonna get down and hit point, and let's call FF double dash. FF means font family, and let's make it quick sand. Open that, paste this one, and let's get down over here. And basically, I would like to apply this font size to everything. So we can go over here to this main div and add it over here. So which is FF quicksand. Okay, so let's check over here. We must see everything changed. Yes, you can see that. This I really like this font. It looks modern, and it looks also good. Also, if you want to make some strong text, you can basically, for example, let's make the title over here strong. This title, Beast Studio. Where is it? Beast Studio. Over here we can add the strong. Make it strong. Yes. Okay, so let's copy this one. Let's paste it over here and let's add the slash. To refresh. Perfect. But it looks weird. Yes, it looks weird. I think because of the to refresh. Or let me try it in a different browser, because sometimes you might need to use this incognito private windows to remove any cache or something like that. You can see now it's working just fine. So I'm gonna just proceed with this one, and this one will go to hell. This one, just remove it. Okay, let's move these. Okay, let's get back to work. So what else we need to do? Yes, let's work on this button over here. Also, you can see that we have some misplacement. This one is up, this one is not. They are not well aligned. So let's start first with this add to cart button. I would like to make it rounded on the edges, and let's change its background color to this color over here, which is the yellow. Okay, so let's do that. What is our add to cart button? Okay, so I'm gonna add a class over here. First one's gonna be border radius, BR, border radius. Let's identify that BR over here. So let's make border radius. Okay, so let's make it 50 pixels. Okay, let's check over here. Yes, I can see that. So now let's add the color or the background color. You can add over here BJ, the slash or dash. This one is dash, not slash. BJ yellow, like this. Let's add it. I would like to keep everything organized. So over here we have the colors. What is the background? I'm not seeing any background. So let's make over here below the colors, we're going to be adding the background. So BJ dash slash dash dash yellow. Okay, let's open the quotation. What's these brackets? We have the square brackets and we have these normal brackets. Okay, so for the background color yellow, so let's make background color, and let's just copy this color over here. I bet that this one is the yellow one. Yes, let's make a badge on that. Okay, let's do refresh. Nope, not you, but over here. Actually, we made a mistake. We did the other thing. Imagine doing a bomb, choosing a bomb over here. Which one to cut its wire? That's a tough decision. Okay, so let's put over here our yellow. Save. Get back over here to refresh. Perfect. It looks too white. Too bright, not too white. I think we're fine. Yes, we're fine. Yellow. You can, for example, choose something from here. Yes, it looks too bright. We're gonna get back to this one later on. For now, let's make this one horizontal lines. So for the color, for the price, let me change the, what is it over here? Font size. Font size, where is our font size? We're not using any font size. So behind the font family, let's add the font size 1.5. Okay, font size 1.5 rem. Okay, so let's make it over here 1.25. 1.5, not 25. Okay, so let's hit save and let's check. I'm always reverting to this Mozilla Firefox. Alright, so it's big right now, but let's make it, you can see I would like to make it on the same level. So for that we're going to be adding some margin auto from the bottom and from the top. Let's apply that. Can I get back over here? Let's add some MA top and MA bottom. I'm identifying that over here. So let's add the margin auto top, margin top, let's make it auto, and MA bottom, let's make it margin bottom auto. Okay, let's check over here. Yes, now they are well aligned. Also, I'd like to make some space in between them. I'd like to add some spacing, just like we're having over here. Let's add some space over there. So we can go to the button over here and add the margin left 3. Do save, refresh. Perfect. Also over here, I think we need to add some distance on the top. So let's add some margin top 3, for example, and also some margin bottom. I don't want to be cutting my image over here. So what do we got? So I'm gonna go to my main div, but I think if we change the main div, we will be able to see, we're going to be able to see the white. I want to keep the background, so we need to affect only what's inside this div. So let's see that over here. So for example, this one, let's make margin top 3. And over here for the last div, this one, let's make margin bottom 3. Margin bottom, margin top. Okay, so let's do that. Margin A, margin top 3. Margin top, let's make it 3 rem. Let's save, let's check. Yes, we got it, but we still have that problem. Like I said, I want to be including my color, my background color, the linear color. So let's see what we got. Margin top over here, margin top. You know what, let's make it padding top, not the margin top. Padding top. Padding top instead. Over here, let's make it padding. Padding top. Okay, let's see. Perfect. So now it's working. You can see that. So let's do the same thing for the bottom. For the bottom side, I'm gonna just copy this one, paste it over here. Padding top, padding bottom. Bottom over here. So as you can see, I'm keeping these reference names over here to be able to use the same class again and again. Because if we try, for example, to apply some title over here and keep adding to it, each one's going to be efficient. So I found that this way is really efficient. So as you can see, it's understandable. These classes, for example, C white, color white, FS font size 1.5, and so on. I like it this way. It makes it easier and it's not confusing. Okay, so margin bottom is not working. Padding bottom, BB. What is it? This one. Let's change it to PL. What? PL? Margin left. Now, I think we need to add over here the... Yes, it's over here. Padding bottom. The refresh, perfect. So now it's working. Also, what I'd like to do is to change the font of this one. Let's make it, for example, 1.25 or even 1.5, just like this one. Okay, let's do that over here. All products, div fs 1.5. Do refresh. Perfect. Okay. So what do we got next? I think we're done over here. We got the price. We have the image over here. Some description. Excellent. So now all we have to do is to make our post or our template over here dynamic. So let's do that. So we set the image. As you can see, the image is dynamic. So let's do a simple check. If we remove this one, for example, if we try the Mercedes, did an update, and went over here to refresh, you can see that it's changing. So let's get back over here and let's use our headset. And I recommend using this alpha channel background. Yes, it's important. I think this one looks a little bit bigger. Yes, now it's fine. All right. So what do we got next? Just revert back to my headset. So what we got? So I would like to update the price. Over here, let's set it to 0.95. Let's do an update. Yes, we got it over there. So let's take this one. So over here, let's let me show you this price where it's saved. So local over here, plugin 12. Okay, let me go to the e-commerce cart details. All right, we got it over here. So I'd like to pick this number over here based on the car ID, which is the post ID. We're going to be changing these in the coming tutorials. I just keeping those from the previous tutorials. All right, so what we got over here, I'm going to go back all the top over here. I'm going to start with the PHP tag. You can do it over here. Add another PHP tag. Okay, and let's include first the global WordPress web page DB, like this. And first, let's identify the name of our table over here. So let's make a variable over here called DB. Let's make it equal to $webDB prefix. Just want to get the name of our table, and inside it, let's put the name its name over here, just e-commerce car details. This WP dash is going to be taken care of this WP prefix. So let's just paste over that. Let's close that with a semicolon. So this WP prefix, again, I explained that previously, but it helps us with the naming. Sometimes this one's going to be having WP. We might have some different names. So this one's going to adapt to any name of that. All you have to do is to just add the following WP dash, the following name. Okay, so now I'm going to be using a function to retrieve this value from here, this value. So let me show you it. So let's call it, for example, price, add another one, call it price, and let's make it equal to get var, variable, get variable. Let's close that. Okay, so inside it, I'm going to be speaking to the MySQL in my, this one, in my local host. So I'm going to be selecting price. So check this out. So select inside the quotation marks. So select, make sure that everything is uppercase. Select, what is it? Price. Let me check over here the name of the table or the row. This one is not table. The table is everything. The name of this one, which is price. But before that, I would like to show you, we need to, when speaking to the, when speaking, not speaking, but when writing code to the database, we need to make some specific coding. Let me check. Yes, this one. This. Can I zoom on it? You can see it's not a quotation marks, but it's like this. It's rounded. It's pinned. Yes, this one. I find it on my keyboard, which is the last. It's right below the escape button. So I'm not sure about your desktop or your keyboard. Okay, so inside it, I'm gonna be writing price. So select price from the database, which is this one. I'm gonna just copy this one, paste over here, and we need to add a condition. So basically, I want to select this price, this one, from the database, this one. But WordPress gonna be which one, which row you want, which one. For example, we have 3 over here, which one? So for example, if we said select this one from this one where the car ID is equal to 0, it's gonna be selecting no. Where the ID is equal to 75, it's gonna be selecting again null. So basically, we need to select this one based on this ID, which is the post ID. So let's do that. So I'm gonna be adding where the condition. Select price from the bit where the ID. Again, let's copy this. That's character where ID. I think it's car ID. As I said, I'm gonna be changing that in the coming tutorials. So where car ID, also we must make this one uppercase, is equal to the post ID. Also over here on the top, I'm gonna be just adding another ID variable. Let's make it equal to get the ID. Okay, let's close that. And also I can show you this one. For example, if we do over here echo ID, check this out. Let's go over here on the top. Oops, we're having a problem. And call this one get var. Get var. I think yes, because this one is not still empty. Let's just quote it. Yes. What else? 7 on the 7. Select. Just code this one as well. To refresh. Just want to show you the ID. Where is the ID? Select everything. We're not able to see it. Get the ID. Encode this one. There we go. So it's 76. Okay. So let's carry on. So we're going to be select price from database where the ID is equal to what? Equal to this ID, which is the post ID. Okay, so let's do save, and over here let's get back. Let's try echo price. Let's see if it's gonna be working or not. So we still got a problem. So let's see what seems to be the problem over here. So plugin 7 over here. Price is equal to get var. Yes, I forgot something over here which is important, which is to include the WordPress WP DB like this. So now it's gonna be working. So include the WordPress database. Okay, so let's get over here. Let's do refresh. Now it's working. So as you can see, we're having our price. So all I have to do from here is just comment that, and I'm gonna scroll all the way down. Just copy this one first. What is our price? Price. This one over here, I'm gonna just delete it, and let's add the PHP tag like this, and inside it let's paste the echo price. See, now it's changing, but also let's add that dollar sign. Can add it, for example, over here or over here, but over here we need to follow a specific procedure like this. Okay, let's do refresh. Perfect. So now it's working. So as you can see, we set our image to be dynamic. The price is dynamic. So if we went over here to WordPress and do change this one, let's make it, for example, 699.95. Let's update that number. Get back to our post, do refresh. What do you expect? A change in our price. So as you can see, everything is dynamic, which is really good. It helps a lot if you have a lot of products. So instead of designing each one alone, doing it this way save a lot of time. Okay, so what we set the title. We said I think the title is not yet. What is our title? This one, Beast Studio. So let's just insert over here PHP tag, and let's do echo get the title. Okay, let's close that. Do refresh. Perfect. Hit set. Also, I'd like to change it to this one, Beast Studio. So let's get back over to our WordPress, and let's make it Beast Studio add sets. Okay, let's do an update. Get back over here to refresh. Perfect. So we lost our price because once we change the title, we lose the price. So let's over here, let's make it 499.95. I think it's a very expensive headset. So, okay, so let's do refresh. Perfect. So now our last thing to do is to put the content of our post. So far we're just putting this one, this lorem ipsum text. I'm gonna just remove it, and I'm gonna be calling the input or the content of our post. So with the PHP tag adding over here, so let's echo get the content. Let's use this function over here. Let's save. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. So we learned how to design this nice template. So also we learned how to make it dynamic. If you have any questions about this, let me know, and I'm gonna be seeing you in the coming tutorials.